Good morning, students. Today we will learn about the normal puerperium and nursing management. In that, we started from the normal physiological changes during the puerperium period in postpartum mother. So, first, from the cardiovascular system, we will start. So, in cardiovascular system, what kind of the changes occur in woman's body? So, first of all, that is the volume adjustment. So cardiac output and intake and output are different. Okay. So in the puerperium, dramatic changes occurs, that is in cardiovascular system. During the pregnancy, blood increases by the 30%, 30 to 50%. We already know that if mother conceives the pregnancy, then the weight gain and blood flow is increased because passes to the baby through the umbilical cord and placenta. Okay. So during the pregnancy period, blood increases by the 30 to 50%. But during vaginal birth and placental delivery, woman loses about the 500 ml of the blood. Obviously, if having the birth, if mother deliver a birth, then at that time the waste material and blood loss occurs. So in that case, 500 ml of blood is losses and 10,000 ml during the cesarean birth. If mother having not normal vaginal delivery, in that case cesarean delivery occurs. So in cesarean birth, not to 500 ml, but approximately 1000 ml of the blood loss is occur, and this depletes a portion of the additional fluid, but shift in fluid that are redirected from the placenta. So the blood and additional fluid is exchanged, okay, in the from the placenta. So it compensate and increase the circulatory volume. By this shifting of the fluid and electrolyte balance, the circulatory volume is increased without the extra blood vessels of the placenta, uterus and placenta. Okay. So without blood vessels, extra blood vessels, the uterus and placenta, okay, blood volume increase and blood is returned into the central circulation. Okay. So from vena cava compression from the uterus, large uterus is relieved, and blood from the pelvic region returns unimpeded to the general circulation along with extravascular fluid accumulated during the pregnancy. So in short, the cardiovascular function, the total circulatory volume is increased. Okay. And no extra blood vessels of the uterus or placenta takes place, but blood is returned as a central circulation. So this is about the cardiovascular. In that, what about the cardiac output? So in cardiac output, the cardiac output is also increased up to the 25 to 80% depending upon the type of delivery. If normal vaginal delivery, then not that much increase, but if cesarean section is there, then the cardiac output also increase compared to the normal vaginal delivery. So in that case, with the resultant increase in a stroke volume also, not only cardiac output but stroke volume also increases, and these require the special attention in women with the cardiac problem. Yes, this is the major risk, because if a mother having already cardiac problem or heart related any complication, then in that case special attention we have to provide, and proper treatment is given to that kind of woman. Okay. Next, that is the heart rate. During pregnancy, heart rate also increased to the 15 beats per minute, and the SV stroke volume is also increased. Okay. So heart rate is also increased and the stroke volume is also increased, thus improving the cardiac output to effectively circulate as a large blood volume in the expanded uterine and placental vascular bed. So in that case, mother and baby both have a increasing the mother having a increased heart rate in postnatal period, and also stroke volume is increased due to the large blood volume. Okay. Then after delivery, body attempts to compensate for an increased central venous load, slowing the heart rate as low 40 to 60 beats per minute to control and prevent the systemic overload to hypertension. Okay. So obviously heartbeat also increase and stroke volume also increase. So venous load is increases, and the 40 to 60 beats per minute heart rate also increases and controls the CO. Okay. Bradycardia. you all know what is the bradycardia. Okay, so in that case, normal postpartum adoption is there. An increased pulse rate may indicate the hemorrhage, infection, thrombosis, anxiety, pain, or excitement related to delivery and should be explored. In that case, this kind of the cases also occurs during the postnatal period to the mother. So in that case, bradycardia also normal. Okay, so this is about the cardiac system. Now, in that also, not only the stroke volume, cardiac output, and heart rate, but also about the blood pressure. Because if mother having a heart problem, then also blood pressure is a major risk. So BP may be decreased in early recovery period in response to anesthesia. Because if mother given anesthesia, in that case BP may be decreased and blood pressure. Okay. Orthostatic hypotension may occur because of the fluid shifting, decrease intra-abdominal pressure. We all know that in different kind of the position, hypertension, blood pressure is different. Okay, variation of the blood pressure is occur. So in orthostatic hypotension is occur due to the shifting of the fluid and electrolytes, and in that case abdominal pressure is decreased. So it returns to normal within the first week after delivery unless woman experience complications such as a pregnancy induced hypertension. Yes, in such case a mother having a hypertension during the only pregnancy phase. So in that case a woman faces the first week in experience first week of the pregnancy. Okay, so imbalance of the blood pressure occur throughout the pregnancy. So in that case doctor have to provide proper attention and treatment to the woman so that the complication may be priorly treated and not occur. Then hemoglobin and hematocrit level. Obviously, blood loss is the more. So hemoglobin level is altered and hematocrit also decrease or increase. So during initial period of the postpartum diuresis, the increased volume of the RBC during pregnancy will now decrease. Okay. So in first period, the RBC is increased. Okay. But later on in pregnancy, it will be decreased and loss due to the loss of the extra body fluid. Okay, and hematocrit may be rise, hemoglobin decrease, but hematocrit may be rise into first 3 to 7 days, gradually returns the normal level by 4 to 5th week. Old cell dies because all old cells are died and new cells are occurs. So in that case the development of the cells the normal level by the 4 to 5th week, and fewer new one form. Okay, so new cells are formed and non-pregnant level are reached by 5 to 8 weeks. Okay, so this is about the cardiac system. Now in that white blood count also included and coagulation factor also included. So what about the changes occurs in WBC? So normal adult WBC count is 5,000 to 10,000 per millimeter cube. So count rise during the pregnancy and labor up to level of the 15 to 20,000 per millimeter cube. Okay, and according to expert, the load is acceptable up to 40,000 per millimeter cube for the first 24 hour to 48 in postpartum period also. So mother having the rising of the WBC in postpartum period also, but it falls normal in 4 to 7 days. In first or second day, it will be increased, but by day it is decrease. Okay, so persistent elevation occur into the WBC due to the indicate that the infection is having the mother. Okay, this is about the WBC. Next one, that is the coagulation factor. So what is the clotting factor? Clotting factor increase near term and remain high in immediate postpartum period because chances of mother having the infection and platelet and fibrinogen levels are also elevated during the recovery. So in that case their function is a protect against the bleeding and it can cause the delivery of the fetus and placenta, but they are contributed and thrombus if the woman is immobile. So in that case if mother having immobility, then the function of the fetus and placenta also causing the bleeding. Okay, and all levels are returned into the normal, that is 3 to 4 weeks. So all the levels of the clotting factor are have to time for the 3 to 4 week comes into the normal value. Okay. So this is all about the cardiac function, that is cardiac output, stroke volume, heart rate, okay, blood pressure, all are increases, and HB and HB level is decreased and hematocrit level is increased into the first postpartum period, and white blood cell also increase during the pregnancy and labor, but after the puerperium period, after 1 or 2 day, it can be reduced, and coagulation factor also same. So this is about the summary of the cardiovascular system. Next system, that is the respiratory system. So what kind of the changes occur during postnatal period in respiratory tract? So after the delivery of the baby, with decrease in abdominal pressure, because obviously fundus size also reduce and fetus is come outside. Okay, so abdominal pressure is decreased and the diaphragm descend and its normal position, permitting the better lung expansion and ventilation, but the respiratory rate doesn't noticeably changes. Okay, so due to the decreasing abdominal pressure and by that changes, the lung expansion and ventilation is occurs properly now, but no changes occurs into the respiratory tract. Okay, so this is about the changes occurs into the postnatal period faced by the mother. Okay, so if you find any doubt, then you may ask. Thank you.